If humanity is to extend out in the world, later Mars is potential to be our at first walking rock. In an ambience substantially comprising of carbon sequestration dioxide and temperature how differ among 20°C and 125°C, the red Earth isn't precisely ideally for humane invasion. We'd include to adjust to residing nearly completely during soldered habitats, so street-wide types requirement not use. But down there is maybe a greater question in act. Colonizing Mars would ensure humanity in a lifeboat, enabling our kind surviving if several gigantic disaster were to happen. Civilization, allow say an asteroidal hit, or an environmental collapse. He's thing how several big names, such as SpaceX founding member Elon Musk, are thought difficult on Mars. Oscar-winning execution producers Ron Howard and Brian Grazer are accountable for a length listing of hit Hollywood movies, consisting Surge, Pod, A Nice Reason, and Apollo 13, as milestone TV episodes such as Of the Land to the Luna, that set the history of the area racing. While I at first began the episode a pair of years back, I mind it was a large concept to do an affair on departure to Mars, and we should do it as actual as we perhaps could, Mr. Howard says. Yet I wasn't certainly I believed in the concept of departure to Mars. I knew I believed in the concept of area research, and any Shaw how advocated how was manufacturing a declaration how was wholesome and favorable for humane beings, to instill their imaginations to see external. Yet as I include Lost via the trial of work on the Shaw and interview several of the big thinkers, I now very do trust in it strategically. I don't indicate how of a war point of view, I indicate it of the spot of the continuing evolutionary of the humane kind. I not just trust he's sustainable, I'm a big advocate. Time of year 1 of Mars accompanied the team of the space vehicle Daedalus, as the astronauts taken to build a young pioneer community on the red Earth in 2033. Time of year 2 is set 9 year after and follows the fortunes of the at first completely fledged settlement. The scenario tackles the daily challenges of the Novoslav, consisting the at first born on the red Earth, outbreaks of illness and mechanic breakdowns. It as well documents the tensions among scientists who wish to research the Earth and individual companies who wish to income of its nature asset. There in our Shaw, we include interests how are not completely verified in the mission. Individual segment versus the world team of scientists. And it hasn't all been treated out on land, they every include their agendas and their orders. He's in the penalty printing how the dispute develops, told Mr. Howard. The episode features an world organization how is accountable for the research of Mars. Really, lot expert include reasoned how propagating the force and price of a actual life manned Mars mission statement among countries is the just sustainable year of activity if we wish to get down there at any time quickly. Still, in U.S. supporting for the World Area Plant offered to end in 2024, and trust on the Rusky-Soyuz missile for air transportation to the area plant to stop in upcoming year, it might appear how we're coming the peak of an unparalleled era of world company operation in humane space flight. Point of view, while will we email humans to Mars? Point of view, should we email humans to Mars? Requested which would be necessary to do a actual Mars community a successful, Mr. Howard said me, I believe if down there's a class in our time of year, he's how the more than company ordinated humane beings can be at international level, both of in regulation of research, domestic interests and enterprise interests, the more than adjustment the superior. The document segments of Time of Year 1 displayed several top-profile actual life stories, such as the everyday operative of Musk's SpaceX and cosmonaut Scott Kelly's year-long mission statement on board the World Area Plant in 2015/2016. Mr. Howard told he mind it would initially be more than hard to discover instance teaching for Time of Year couple, but found abundant content at one of land's recent frontiers, the Arctic. There, the interests of petroleum drilling adjoin in such of researchers and environmentalists on a routine base. Studying different aspects of the concurrent stories wherever production and scientific are facing, and the ecological of the Earth is at hazard, verified nicely in which it would get to start very subsidence on Mars, wherever humane beings are possessing to very affect their environmental. So it rotated out to be really exciting and helpful. As well, since we scientific a lot in time of year A, I believe we did a superior job of targeting the document content how would supporting and strengthen the AMD of the developed content, so I believe the entire item is though a slight bit more than seamlessly. If audiences answer so to the time of year, and we do more than change of seasons, we're already insight how down there are several large ways to hold using the document party to the continuing affair of colonization and for Elon Musk has set out his actual life plans for Mars colonization in several part. Although down there is no company time scale, he envisions a completely reused transport framework how would get 80 days to get to Mars. His missile and spacecraft conjunction would stay 122 meters high, greater rather than the Apollo-era Saturn V missile, and conduct 100 human beings at a period. Musk has told he believes a Mars settlement would requirement on a millionth human beings to do it personality sustaining, one of his final hopes. Mr. Howard told the episode drew on several of the mechanical engineering ideas offered by SpaceX, NASA, and some source. This Space Nix can perhaps see he's its own styling of combination. We didn't use any requisite of some movies, so we had to build all. We did our own designs and for our manufacture crew, on a TV budgeting, it was perhaps love throw along yours own blueprint for departure to Mars. Talk on the new episode to a little team of journalists, Mr. Howard explainable why he mind area research had such a durable circulation, my charm begun as a boy testifying the area racing and all how was completed. It done the entire planet sense love humane beings were able of so lot more than and down there was so lot to see striker to. So among the secret of area and the AMD and emotion and awe of humanity's capacity to investigate it and in fact expertise it has fair seized our imaginative. Of the things I scientific of work on Apollo 13 and interview so lot of the astronauts who went on the Luna and walked on the Luna, they were so question of reality on He added, to them it was fair testimony it was probable to go, and how was the following skyline. Hows which humane beings do, they see to the skyline and they wish to go down there.